Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Tiffany, a retired librarian turned homeschool mom. In this video, I'm going to give a brief introduction to my classical book playlist. In this list, you will find chapter or what I call read aloud books from before 1940. Now, I'm fully aware that some of these books are going to have questionable sections and wording and viewpoints because of when they were written. So that's something to look at and to be aware of when you read these books. But the way I view it is, one, these books were written before 1940. They were, most of what I'm going to be covering were actually popular when they were published. So when you have something like The Wizard of Oz, which as compared to the 1939 film, which yes, has its own little dark history, we will cover that later. But the books themselves can get very dark and very, very strange. Again, I will cover that in the book review. But the children loved them at the time. When these books were published, they were massively popular. They apparently begged Baum to keep writing them, and he wrote them and wrote them and wrote them and wrote them past when he wanted to stop writing them because they were popular and they were earning him money. The Anne of Green Gables series was similar. They were very popular at the time, though Montgomery did actually stop writing them. Then she restarted. Her books can get very dark, but that has more to do with her life at the time. It wasn't fun. Her life was pretty depressing, but I'll get to that in that book review. But that's a way to look at these books. They were popular at the time. They were written typically for the white, middle, upper class people of mostly the British Empire of the United States. Since I don't speak a foreign language, all these books are typically in English. So that's how you kind of look at them. They're appealing to that demographic of the time. So that's kind of where it's coming from. I will cover the later years, and that's a different video. We will get into that. You can judge those a little bit differently just because, as opposed to these books where one, the authors are very, very dead, and two, big thing is most of these books are out of copyright at this point. So they're free anywhere. You don't have to actually spend money on them. You can find them, copies of them at the Gutenberg Project, which I will link at the end of this description. So as well as various copies of these books. So that's the other big thing is people are profiting off them, but they're out of copyright. And again, the authors are very, very dead. And so their heirs aren't really profiting off these books either. So that's something to consider as opposed to, say, J.K. Rowling. We will get to Potter. She's still profiting off her books. She's still very much alive. Roald Dahl and Seuss still have people alive. They still have foundations. But again, we will talk to them. They were both writing and more popular a little bit later than this. These books predate 1940. Most of the authors I'm talking about didn't even live to see World War II. So we will focus on that area in this section. If you like what I have to say, you want to see these reviews, I will get them up as soon as I can. Please like and subscribe. That's it for this. Thank you.